to Aria Rose Sleep Stories, where we listen, we relax, and slowly drift into a deep and peaceful sleep. My name is Aria Rose, and I am so glad you are here with me tonight. Thank you for taking this gentle time for yourself. Tonight, our story will guide you along the historic waterways of London, drifting softly from the bustling banks of Regent's Canal, past quiet parks, hidden thickets, and charming houseboats, all the way to the peaceful edges of the River Thames. And as you journey gently through the city, you can allow yourself to float closer and closer to a calm and restorative sleep. But before we begin our journey together, let us take a few quiet moments to relax your body and settle your mind. Make yourself completely comfortable in your bed. Adjust your pillows, pull your soft blankets around you, and allow your body to sink deeply into the mattress. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs with fresh, peaceful air. And then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting go of any remaining tension from your day. Now bring your attention to the top of your head. Notice any tension you may be holding in your forehead, around your eyes, or in your jaw. Allow the muscles of your face to loosen, soften, and gently melt away. Move your awareness down through your neck and into your shoulders. As you breathe slowly, let any tightness begin to disappear. Allow your shoulders to drop gently away from your ears. Now shift your attention down through your arms, your hands, and your fingers, letting them become wonderfully heavy and still. Relax your chest and your stomach, noticing the quiet, steady rhythm of your breath. Finally, bring your attention to your legs, your feet, and your toes. Allow every muscle to soften completely. There is nothing more you need to do. Know where you need to be. Simply let yourself rest. Let your breathing settle into a natural and peaceful rhythm. And now, imagine a beautiful summer evening in London. Dusk is gently falling over the city, and our story begins. The busy summer day is slowly drawing to a close, and dusk begins to settle gently over the city of London. Looking up at the sky, you can see a soft golden glow touching the tops of the highest buildings. Modern glass towers shimmer in the fading light, while ancient stone domes and tall church spires are painted in warm shades of honey and amber. Far below, the broad waters of the River Thames catch the last rays of sunlight, shimmering softly beneath the evening sky, branching away from the river like quiet veins flowing through the heart of the city. Are London's historic canals and waterways. They wind gently past busy roads, leafy green parks, and peaceful residential streets lined with brick houses and rose gardens. Tonight, your journey begins in the lively heart of Camden, a district known for its energy and vibrant spirit. Even as evening falls, the streets are still alive with sound. You hear the cheerful chatter of people wandering through the markets, the distant music of street performers playing acoustic guitars, and the gentle rush of cars carrying people home after a long day. It is the familiar, comforting hum of a city slowly settling into the evening. You take a slow, deep breath, savoring the warm summer air. Then you turn down a quiet, narrow side street. With every step you take away from the main road, the sounds of crowds and traffic begin to fade. The stone pavement feels cool beneath your feet, and a gentle sense of calm begins to settle over you. You continue along the peaceful lane until the soft sound of moving water reaches your ears. And there, you find yourself at Camden Lock, standing beside the tranquil waters of Regent's Canal. Along the grassy banks, small groups of people are relaxing, enjoying quiet picnics and the cool evening breeze. But you find a peaceful spot all to yourself. a soft patch of green grass right beside the water. You sit down and look across the surface of the canal, watching the green water ripple gently in the fading twilight. And for a moment, you simply breathe. The busy world feels very far away now. You feel calm, safe, and completely at peace. Standing on the soft grass beside the canal, you take a deep, slow breath in, letting the cool evening air fill your lungs. The hectic pace of the city feels miles away now, replaced by a deep and peaceful stillness. All along the canal, brightly painted narrowboats rest gently upon the water. Their dark wooden hulls rise and fall with the tiny waves, while warm yellow light glows softly through their windows. The rich reds, blues, and greens of the boats are reflected in the dappled, glassy surface of the canal. Looking more closely, you notice charming names painted in ornate golden letters. One is called Silver Mist, another bears the name Persistence, and a third is named Kingfisher. As you gaze across the peaceful water, you notice a boat slowly drifting toward you from the distance. It is a classic wooden narrowboat, with a flat bottom and a cozy, traditional cabin. The cabin is decorated with delicate folk art, hand-painted roses, colorful geometric patterns, and white lace curtains fluttering gently at the small windows. As the boat draws closer, you notice something rather wondrous. Although it moves smoothly and steadily through the canal, there is no one standing at the rear tiller. No one is guiding it. And yet, the boat continues onward, as though carried by some gentle, invisible current. Then you see the name painted along its wooden side, in elegant golden script, Sweet Dreams. The narrowboat glides silently to a stop, right beside the bank where you are standing. A small wooden step extends toward you, inviting you aboard. You gently step onto the boat, feeling its soft, comforting motion beneath your feet. On the upper deck, a plush armchair lined with soft cushions has been waiting just for you. You settle into the chair, stretch out your legs, and allow yourself to relax. You feel completely safe, warm, and untroubled. Slowly, the Sweet Dreams moves away from the bank and toward the center of the canal, leaving the quiet shore behind. As it carries you gently into the peaceful summer night, the narrowboat glides quietly along the center of the canal, leaving the last echoes of the city far behind. The soft, steady sound of water against the wooden hull creates a gentle rhythm that slowly quiets your mind. You lean back into the comfortable armchair on the deck, feeling the cool evening air brush softly against your face. On either side of the canal, paved towpaths stretch into the distance. A few local residents stroll along with their dogs, while others sit quietly on wooden benches, gazing out across the peaceful water. The boat continues at an unhurried pace, entering the tranquil surroundings of Regent's Park. Here, the busy world seems to dissolve completely, replaced by lush greenery, towering trees, and deep, calming shadows. The water reflects the darkening sky above, becoming a smooth mirror of deep violet and indigo. As you drift gently past the edge of London Zoo, the quiet evening is filled with soft, distant sounds. You hear the faint call of a bird settling down for the night, the low, gentle rumble of a lion resting in its den, and the occasional rustle of leaves. As small nocturnal creatures begin to stir, these peaceful sounds blend into the evening air, adding to the dreamy world surrounding you. Tall, ancient trees arch gracefully over the canal, their heavy branches forming a natural canopy overhead. When you look up through the leaves, the last traces of twilight filter softly through the branches, making them shimmer like delicate stained glass. All around you, there is nothing but the gentle splash of water, and the quiet sigh of the summer breeze moving through the trees, away from modern buildings and busy roads. Time itself seems to slow, and as the sweet dreams carries you deeper into the evening, you feel a quiet sense of contentment settle over you, as though the whole city has finally fallen asleep. As the narrow boat follows the gentle bend of the canal, a magnificent view of Primrose Hill comes into sight. Grand Georgian houses line the quiet waterfront, their tall stone facades softened by the fading evening light. Graceful weeping willows dip their long, silver-green branches toward the cool, dark surface of the water. Above the banks, the wide grassy slopes of the park rise gently, still glowing beneath the last golden rays of the setting sun. In the distance, the shop spire of a neighborhood church stands quietly against the deepening colors of the evening sky. The Sweet Dreams continues its peaceful journey, approaching the arched entrance of the famous Maida Hill Tunnel. As you drift inside, the open sky slowly disappears, and cool, velvety darkness surrounds you. The air inside the tunnel feels fresh and wonderfully cool, and as the water echoes softly against the old brick walls, a deep, soothing hum fills the darkness around you. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the gentle sound of the ripples to wash over you like a quiet lullaby. It feels as though you are passing through a magical doorway, leaving the busy waking world behind and entering a place of complete peace and stillness. For a few quiet moments, there is nothing but darkness, the soft movement of water, and the gentle rhythm of the boat carrying you onward. Then, a faint point of light begins to appear in the distance. It grows larger and softer with every passing moment, until the cool shadows slowly dissolve away. The Sweet Dreams glides out into the fresh evening air once more. And now, you have arrived at the peaceful waters of Little Venice, a charming canal district that feels like a hidden village upon the water. Here, the Combrode Tranquille Bazin, where dozens of cozy houseboats rest side by side. Warm light spills through their small windows, casting shimmering golden reflections across the calm water, and welcoming you into this quiet, sheltered world. The Sweet Dreams glides gracefully between the rows of houseboats, following a gentle path through this quiet floating village. You look around, taking in the charming details of life upon the water. Wooden decks are decorated with pots of bright red geraniums, while hand-painted flowers adorn the doors and cabins. On one boat, a small floating bookshop displays rows of paperbacks, their pages rustling softly in the evening breeze. On another, a local artist stands quietly at an easel, capturing the soft purple shades of twilight on canvas. Nearby, a couple stands on their deck with warm mugs of tea in their hands, watching the final light slowly fade from the sky. The comforting aromas of home-cooked suppers drift from the little boat kitchens into the cool evening air. These warm scents mingle with the earthy fragrance of the canal, along with the delicate sweetness of jasmine and roses blooming in the gardens beside the water. As you float peacefully past the moored boats, a pair of graceful white swans glides onto the water ahead. They move effortlessly, leaving smooth, silvery ripples behind them. You watch them quietly as they lead the way past darkened cafes, where empty tables rest beneath the deepening sky. Above you, the evening sky turns a rich, velvety purple. Then, a soft rustling sound draws your attention back toward the bank. A great flock of starlings suddenly rises into the twilight, filling the sky above the water. Hundreds of birds move together as one, swirling, dipping, and weaving beautiful patterns against the fading light. You watch their mesmerizing dance with quiet wonder, until they gently descend into the branches of an ancient oak. Settling down for the night, a cool breeze whispers softly across the surface of the canal, and one by one, bright stars begin to appear in the deepening sky. You sink a little deeper into your plush armchair, feeling yourself becoming lighter, calmer, and more peaceful with every passing moment. Reaching a wide bend in the canal, the Sweet Dreams turns slowly and smoothly on the water, beginning its quiet journey onward through the night. The air has grown pleasantly cool now, carrying the refreshing scent of wet leaves and green moss clinging to the old stone embankments. In the distance, sleek glass buildings rise above the rooftops, their high windows catching the pale, silvery glow of the half-moon. Long beams of moonlight stretch across the dark water, shimmering softly with every gentle ripple. Yet even beneath the glow of the modern city, an overwhelming sense of stillness surrounds you. The distant hum of London is soft and far away, muffled by the peaceful embrace of the quiet canal. The boat passes beneath a series of low stone bridges, slipping into moments of cool, velvety darkness, before emerging once more into the open night. Soon, quieter stretches of the waterway appear. Rows of Victorian terrace houses line the banks, their warm yellow lights glowing softly behind curtained windows. In the peaceful gardens, a shy night fox slips silently through the shadows, disappearing among the trees. As you drift toward the lush greenery of Victoria Park, you pass more narrow boats resting safely along the banks. They rise and fall gently with the passing ripples. Without even realizing it, your breathing begins to slow, falling into rhythm with the gentle movement of the boats. Inhale slowly and exhale gently. Through the dense trees along the edge of the park, you catch glimpses of old-fashioned street lamps, casting soft circles of light across the quiet paths. At the main entrance, the gentle metallic clink of iron gates echoes through the night, as the park keeper quietly closes the grounds, and as the dark parklands slowly disappear behind you, the Sweet Dreams carries you onward, surrounded by the peaceful night and the soft, rhythmic sound of water against the hull. The boat carries you onward through the historic district of Hackney, where old 19th century brick warehouses line the banks. Their weathered walls seem to hold quiet stories of London's past, peaceful reminders of days long gone. Gradually, the buildings begin to give way to wide, open marshlands. Tall green reeds whisper softly against the wooden hull, while graceful willows bow toward the water, their delicate leaves tracing gentle ripples across the surface. Centuries ago, these wild marshes were ancient wetlands, where cattle grazed and bargemen carried goods along the waterways. Now, they have become a peaceful sanctuary within the city, home to kestrels overhead, badgers hidden among the grasses, and gentle water voles resting near the banks. The sweet, earthy scent of wild blackberries and hawthorn bushes drifts across the open fields on the cool night breeze. The Sweet Dreams glides beneath an old brick archway covered in ivy, then turns gently into the lee navigation. The current flows softly here, guiding you onward toward the historic neighborhood of Bow. Ancient roads and old stone churches are woven quietly into the streets beyond the water. Ahead, the sturdy brick walls of a canal lock rise from the darkness. The heavy wooden gates open with a low, satisfying creak, inviting the Sweet Dreams to drift inside. Within the lock, the air is cool, still, and wonderfully calm. Then, with a deep and distant rumble, fresh water begins to flow into the chamber. You feel a gentle floating sensation as the rising water slowly lifts the boat higher, bringing you smoothly level with the canal ahead. For a moment, everything is perfectly still. Then the gates begin to open. The Sweet Dreams glides forward once more, returning to the open water. You are now moving steadily toward Limehouse Basin, and somewhere ahead, you can almost sense the vast River Thames. The air has changed, carrying a faint, fresh hint of salt and open water. The river is very close now. As you enter Limehouse Basin, the wide expanse of the River Thames opens before you. The iconic London skyline stands quiet and majestic beneath the starry night sky. The velvet black surface of the river reflects the shimmering golden lights of distant bridges and tall glass towers, their reflections dancing gently upon the tide. You lean back in your armchair, savoring the cool, refreshing night air and the soft, rhythmic sound of water moving gently against the hull. For a few peaceful moments, you simply watch the river. Then, the sweet dream slowly turns away from the open water, gliding into a quiet, sheltered inlet, protected from the gentle night breeze. Here, delicate wildflowers grow between the cobblestones, while a few other narrow boats rest peacefully in the shadows. The sweet dream drifts gently toward a wooden dock and comes to a quiet stop. Behind you, the cabin door opens with a soft, welcoming click. Pale moonlight streams through the small lace curtains, illuminating a cozy wooden bed made up with crisp, fresh linens. Your journey through the historic waterways of London has filled your mind with beauty, wonder, and deep tranquility. You feel completely relaxed now, peaceful, and ready to rest. You step inside the warm cabin, pull the soft blankets around you, and settle your head gently onto the pillow. You close your eyes, taking one last slow, deep breath in, and releasing it with a quiet, peaceful sigh. The gentle rocking of the boat upon the water surrounds you like a soft, timeless lullaby. Your body feels pleasantly heavy, warm, and completely safe. There is nowhere else you need to go, nothing more you need to do. You are exactly where you need to be, and as the quiet summer night surrounds you, you slowly drift away into a deep, restful, and peaceful sleep.